What tips on dealing with the media did your dad pass along to you?
Just be honest. That's all. Just be honest, tell the truth as best you can. You got to protect the team a little bit, but yeah, just be truth, be honest. Look them in the eye.
How you handling 10 offensive linemen for the spring?
Well, those guys are playing their tails off, man. It is a bit of a challenge. Those guys have been thrust into roles. Sometimes it's a little bit early for those guys, but they've been great. Their attitudes have been fantastic. You just saw them right there. I talked to them a little bit after practice, and then they wanted to talk to each other a little bit, kind of coach each other up. It's great leadership by younger players. Usually you don't see that, so I'm excited about that.
Drew has a part. He's the one guy who's got some college experience.
How many games?
6.
There you go.
6, 7, yeah.
You got it.
He's played a little bit. Do you see that? Does that show up when you watch him?
Yeah. So he's had time on task on the field. So there's a little bit more comfortability for him. Yeah, they're all young. He's young too, and that's great. We're just gonna keep coaching them up. These guys are getting fantastic reps. Sometimes when you got a big group, 15, 16 guys, you only get those reps. So everyone's getting better. These guys are all going to create great backgrounds and foundations for great futures.
What's been the biggest challenge for yourself that you kind of get to know these guys?
The biggest challenge, just initially getting started with them, it was a tough transition these guys all had to make. We're asking them to trust us with nothing to back it up. And up to this point, they've trusted everything we've said, which is all we can ask of them. And we have to continue to build that trust. But the kids have been great, man. Really appreciate their efforts, their consistency with us. They want to be really good. There's been a standard set here that they want to uphold. So that's a great place to start from too. They've been great.
With the scheme you're running, is it that much different than what Scott Huff was teaching last year?
Yeah, there's some differences. There's probably more similarities to the place across the lake, but that was a fantastic offense. We obviously had ridiculous success with it. But we have to play to the best of the team right now, and so we cater a little bit to that. So we're excited to see what these guys do.
To the casual fan, just looking, what are those things that are maybe a little bit different?
We're looking more just a real casual fan. We'll be under center more. We'll be a little bit more pro style. Maybe a little bit more balance in the run and pass. Those are kind of a couple things to throw at you.
What is it about Zach Hanning's skill set that makes you want to give him a look at center, besides needing some guys to play center?
Zach's got a great brain, which means that he can process a bunch of things and communicates well, and he's a good athlete too. So he's a good mover. He can run the wide zone speed a little bit, and he's done everything we've asked him so far. He hasn't taken a bunch of snaps before we got here, but he's been very diligent at handling all the little tips and things we give to develop and kind of take his practice to run and make it look like football.
How about just the snapping piece of it in particular?
Yeah, so when the quarterback gets the ball from him, it's good. And when he doesn't, we got trouble. But no, the last 2 days, I don't think maybe Zach's had one ball in the ground. So that's pretty good progress for 2 days kind of being live.
Who else has kind of stood out to you so far, just 2 practices in?
You guys talked about Drew. He's done a really good job for us. Really, all these guys have bright futures, so there's a lot of good things to see in everybody. I'm not going to say who they are right now, but they've done really well. I don't want to be here talking too good about them right now. I don't want to get their hopes up just yet. But they've had they're all fighting to do what we want them to do. They're pushing through the adversity of not getting a lot of rest. So they battle like crazy. That's all we have.
2 true freshmen getting a lot of reps. I guess, what's the biggest step between high school and this level, especially for kids coming into camp?
There's a little bit of just the unknown, fear of the unknown. What's it like? What's college like? College classes, stuff like that. Just the basic stuff. And then it's the speed of the game usually. The techniques, the human beings are all they're pretty close size-wise, but it's really the speed of the game.